After creating a message-driven bean, MDB, in a new workspace, a developer codes the business logic for the bean. How can a developer proceed to test the function of the MDB? Assume server configuration is correct and server has started. Option A. Select the MDB and from its context menu select Run on Server. Option B. Use the EJB test client to call the onMessage method of the bean. Option C. Use the EJB test client to place a message on the listener port for the MDB. Option D. Develop a Java client application that uses JMS to place a message on the MDB's destination. The correct answer is option D. Which of the following statements are true for EJB query language, QL, as defined by the EJB specification? Option A. EJB QL queries can be used with BMP entity beans. Option B. EJB QL applies to CMP entity beans only. Option C. The EJB select method can return local EJB objects. Option D. The entity beans must provide a local interface. The correct answer is option B, C. A stateless session bean has a method that invokes a long-running multiple-step transaction involving a database server. This server is prone to occasional lock timeout errors under heavy load. It is important that these occasional errors rarely cause a transaction to fail. What step can the developer take to help facilitate meeting this requirement? Option A. Delegate the retry responsibility to the client of the session bean. Option B. Break the pieces of the transaction up into logical subparts that are retried upon failure. Option C. Retry the transaction whenever it fails. Option D. Retry all parts of the transaction except for the part that causes an error. The correct answer is option B. Which application design decisions have a negative impact on the performance of an IBM WebSphere application? Option A. For each SQL access, obtain JDBC data sources through a JNDI naming lookup. Option B. Use HTTP session objects to only store user profile information and the user's current session state. Option C. Explicitly invalidate the HTTP session object associated with a user when it is no longer needed. Option D. Use system.out.println and servlets to log application-specific messages to log files. The correct answer is option A, D.